Hello everybody, and welcome to section 10.2. We're talking about angles and arcs as it pertains to circles. Let's talk about what a central angle is. A central angle has the center of the circle as its vertex, and its sides contain two radii of the circle. The sum of the measures of the central angles of a circle with no interior points in common is 360 degrees, and that is the measure of all the angles added up within a circle. A circle does have a measurement of 360 degrees. A central angle separates the circle into two parts, each of which is an arc. The measure of each arc is related to the measure of its central angle. Let's talk about the two arcs. One of them is a minor arc. Minor arc is an arc degree measure which equals the measure of the central angle and is less than 180. So in this picture here, we have minor arc ABC, or we can just call it AC, and it would have a measurement of 110 degrees. Major arc. Major arc is an arc degree measure which equals 360 minus the measure of the minor arc and is greater than 180. So in this diagram, here we have minor arc FD, that is 70 degrees. So if we wanted to find the major arc, we would take 360 minus 70, which would give us 290, and that would be major arc FGD. We could call that the major arc. Semicircle. Semicircle is an arc degree measure which equals 360 divided by 2, or 180, which is basically half of a circle. So here's an example of a semicircle. We have two arcs. They are JKL. You can either look at it from the left or the right, but either way we have two semicircles and the measure is 180 degrees. Let's talk about a few theorems here. Theorem 10.1. In the same or incongruent circles, two arcs are congruent if and only if their corresponding central angles are congruent. An adjacent arc. Adjacent arcs are arcs of a circle that have exactly one point in common, similar to adjacent angles. And then here's postulate 10.1. It's called the arc addition postulate. It's similar to the angle addition postulate or the segment addition postulate. It says the measure of an arc formed by two adjacent arcs is the sum of the measures of those two arcs. Kind of think of it as a little arc plus little arc makes the big arc. Arc length. Let's talk about arc length. The length of the arc is just a piece of the circumference, so to speak. So up here, this A is the measure of an arc, 360, the measure of the whole circle. L is the arc length, and 2 pi r is the circumference. So when determining an arc length, we basically have to plug specific values in to this ratio here. The arc measure over 360 equals L over 2 pi r, and we'll have to compute the circumference based on what the radius is. And that's the end.